Hello, and welcome back to the second part of this Netherlands documentary. Previously, we covered the country's incredible ways of fighting Mother Nature and reclaiming land from the oceans. Today, we dive into the economic and demographic aspects of the Netherlands. The Netherlands is only slightly larger than the U.S. state of Maryland, but its population is far greater. With almost 18 million people, it is one of the most densely populated countries in the world. With around 425 people per square kilometer, it is almost on par with India. This population size ranks the Netherlands in 69th place in the world. Nice. By land area, however, the Netherlands is only 131st. Despite its small size, the Netherlands punches far above its weight in global importance. Let's take a look at the country's exports. The Netherlands is one of the largest exporters of goods in the world. In terms of the value of goods, they currently rank 5th, behind Germany, Japan, China, and the United States. But what kinds of goods are they exporting? Well, for example, they are the second largest exporter of agricultural products in the world, with exports valued at around $100 billion. This is just behind the United States, which has more than 200 times more land. Yet the Dutch managed to produce agricultural goods 2/3 the size of the Americans. Despite being so small, the country ranks 17th in the entire world in economic size, with a gross domestic product of around $1.14 trillion, larger than Turkey, which has 5 times the population. Another major advantage to the Netherlands' trade power is its possession of the port of Rotterdam. Today, the port sprawls across a huge area larger than Manhattan, with 4 fully operational terminals that accept vessels 24 hours a day, every day of the year. The water depth in the port is sufficient to handle even the largest vessels and container ships ever built. Its location is ideal, positioned centrally between Eastern and Western Europe. From Rotterdam, navigable rivers like the Rhine, Meuse, and Scheldt extend deep into the hinterlands of Germany, France, Belgium, and Switzerland. And since 1992, when the Rhine-Main-Danube Canal was completed, the navigable parts of the Main and Danube rivers have become accessible, opening the hinterlands of Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, Romania, and Ukraine to inland shipping connected to Rotterdam. Ships can travel through these rivers cheaply, directly to Rotterdam, and transfer their cargo into massive container ships for export anywhere in the world. Or they can receive imports through the same system. The Netherlands itself boasts by far the densest system of waterways in Europe. There are over 2,200 kilometers of navigable canals used for commercial shipping, which account for 40% of international freight movement in the country. With nearly 6,000 ships sailing these channels, the Dutch account for nearly 80% of the ships operating on inland European waterways, enabling them to move cargo much more efficiently and cheaply than any other country. And it's not just water-based transportation that's so efficient from Rotterdam. Other transportation systems radiate out from the port, including railways and highways. The Betuwe-Route is a double-track railway that extends from Rotterdam all the way to Germany, linking with Germany's Oberhausen-Arum Railway, which stretches to the Ruhr Valley, the industrial heartland of Germany. Railways emanating from Rotterdam can transport goods to cities as far as Berlin or Marseille in under 8 hours, and most of the continent can be reached in under 24 hours. The port operates and connects thousands of routes across the world, making it the most convenient and accessible port for around 500 million consumers throughout Europe. It's no wonder the port of Rotterdam was the busiest port in the world for a long time, all the way up until 2004, when it was overtaken in annual cargo tonnage by the port of Singapore. Rotterdam held the title of the world's busiest port. Since then, it has been surpassed by several ports in China, but it continues to be the busiest port in the entire Western Hemisphere. In fact, it's so large that it handles more tonnage than the next 2 busiest ports in Europe combined, Antwerp and Novorossiysk. The port also houses 5 oil refineries owned by giants like Shell and Koch Industries, enabling the Netherlands to be a major hub in the global oil industry. As of 2022, the country is the 6th largest importer of crude oil in the world. Thanks to its refineries, the Netherlands has become one of the top 3 global exporters of refined petroleum products, just behind India and the United States. Yes, they export more refined oil products than Russia and the Middle Eastern countries. Another asset for the Dutch is the Groningen gas field, the largest natural gas field ever discovered on the European continent. As mentioned earlier, the Netherlands excels in agricultural exports as well. They are the second largest tomato exporter in the world, behind Mexico, and the absolute leader in crops like potatoes and onions. The Dutch have a deep love for their tulips, with over 90% of the world's tulip production taking place in the Netherlands today. More than 80% of tulip exports come from the Dutch, giving them a virtual monopoly on the global tulip market. Today, the Netherlands has around 24,000 acres of crops growing within artificial greenhouses, an area more than twice the size of Manhattan in New York. These greenhouses are incredibly efficient, with temperature, lighting, pest control, and watering all done in precise amounts tailored to the plant's needs. In many greenhouses, carbon dioxide from the generators is piped directly inside to be converted into oxygen by the plants. The result is year-round growth and yields larger than anywhere else in the world. To compare, a single acre of these greenhouses can produce what 10 acres of simple dirt soil can. The largest concentration of these greenhouses is located west of Rotterdam, where endless glass roofs stretch across the landscape. The Netherlands is also home to the prestigious Wageningen University and Research Center, which is widely regarded as the leader in agricultural research and science. Various agricultural companies invest millions annually in research and development here. But agriculture isn't the only area where the Dutch excel. Do you know where the most important tech company in Europe is located? Many would think it's in Silicon Valley, Apple, Google, or maybe even Microsoft, or somewhere in China or Korea with tech giants like Samsung and Tencent. But what if I told you that it's located in Veldhoven, a fairly small town with around 45,000 citizens that you've probably never heard of? This small town is home to ASML, which stands for Advanced Semiconductor Materials Lithography. As of early July 2024, ASML is the third most valuable company by market capitalization in Europe, and by far the most valuable tech company in Europe, with a market cap exceeding $240 billion. Around 1/3 of the Netherlands' gross domestic product comes from technology and innovation. The reason why ASML is so dominant is that they are literally the only company in the world that builds the tool required to produce the most advanced semiconductors and computer chips, the very ones you're probably using right now in your phone or computer, or that go into missiles and even artificial intelligence systems. Back in 2017, the company rolled out an EUV photolithography machine. They were far from cheap, costing a constant $100 million each. But they could print chips so small and quickly that all the tech giants, from TSMC in Taiwan to Intel in the United States and Samsung in South Korea, ordered them. Now, let's shift to transport. As discussed earlier, the Netherlands is one of the densest countries in the world. To navigate that, they've developed effective and innovative ways to handle population movement, most notably with their extensive cycling infrastructure. The Netherlands has 23 million bikes. That means there are 1.3 bikes per capita. That's incredible. In comparison, the bike per capita rate in the United States is 0.3. Statistically, there's a greater chance a person in the US is obese than owning a bike. Anyway, when bikes are combined with the well-structured public transport system, you get an organized and efficient system. Here's how it usually works. People use their bikes to reach a transit station, where they park their bikes in gigantic bicycle parking facilities and then take a bus, train, or tram to their destination. Or they might simply bike to their destination because the roads are so well designed. The Netherlands boasts more than 32,000 kilometers of bike lanes. These aren't just small strips on the side of the road either. Dedicated bicycle lanes are marked by red asphalt pavements, and the only way cars can enter bike lanes is if the speed limit is below 30 kilometers per hour. There's a clear separation, even on highways and roundabouts. Take Utrecht, for example. where the largest bike parking facility in the world is located, with a capacity to hold up to 12,500 bicycles. In addition to cycling, the Netherlands has the third busiest airport in Europe, Schiphol. At first glance, it may look pretty average, but this airport handles between 68 and 80 million passengers annually, connecting to 332 destinations. With 6 runways, the airport operates between 1,500 and 1,600 departures and landings every day. Schiphol accomplishes this while being smaller than many other airports, like Adolfo Suarez Madrid or Leonardo da Vinci International Airport in Italy. Once passengers arrive, they have several transportation options, as trains can be accessed right beneath the terminal. From there, travelers can use the Netherlands' brilliantly designed railway system to go anywhere in the country, or grab a shuttle or affordable express buses if trains aren't their preference. All in all, the Netherlands is a showcase of intelligent design, the result of people and leadership working together, listening to one another, and investing in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to Atlas Cove.